Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
And the Westfield Insurance Group tonight, a doubleheader between Northland International University, the Pioneers out of Dunbar, Wisconsin, and your OCU Trailblazers. The men from OCU and Kuiper will get underway tonight at about 8 p.m. Hi, everybody. It's Rick Cooper, the voice of the Trailblazers. Great to have you with us. This is the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daily pregame show, the official real estate agents of Ohio Christian University Athletics. For more information, you can call them at 740-477-5509 or visit herrealtors.com/Donna Daily for more information. Again, the HER Realtors pregame show, Ohio Christian and Northland International University in women's basketball. OCU coming in at 6-8, Northland coming in at 2-7. It's a 3-day tournament here over the weekend, and both of these teams in action last night. Northland came in and was beat 71-47 last night to UC Claremont. The Pioneers shooting only 32% from the field, Claremont 48%. It was Kate Mathai, their leading scorer, that led the way with 22 points on 5 of 12 shooting from three-point range. Claremont, the big difference on the backboards, where they out-rebounded Northland by 18, 42-24. Tess Janicki had 17 to lead Claremont. Stacy Lee only had 3 points, but she grabbed a game-high 16 rebounds. For OCU, led by first-year head coach Matt Futch, a win yesterday, 67-37 over Maranatha Baptist University, who had won the 2 previous meetings against Ohio Christian. They win this one by 30. Of course, Maranatha without 4 1,000-point scorers from a season ago, and without Lacey Peterson, their star center, who was back in Maranatha handling some academics. But the Crusaders, fresh off a 500-mile drive from Watertown, did not shoot the basketball well. 32% from the field, 14% on threes, and they didn't help themselves very much at the free throw line either, shooting 8 of 18 for only 44%. 11 of 12 Trailblazers scored. Sophomore Asia Woodson leading the way with 16 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Stacy Renke, a sophomore volleyball player, led Maranatha with 14 points and 8 rebounds on 5 of 10 shooting. Renke did commit 7 of Maranatha's 23 turnovers in that game. So Northland out of the Midwest region. This is the region that features Maranatha, Grace Bible College, Kuiper, who is in town for this championship, some of the elite in that league, and Ohio Christian out of the Mideast region. The Trailblazers currently number 2 in the NCCA Division II national ranking, second only to KCU, a team that they will see in this building Tuesday night at 6 p.m. when the Lady Knights are here. They are actually here this weekend as well. Ron Arnett's squad winning earlier today at 2 p.m., 64-56 over that Maranatha team. So Maranatha 0-2 on the weekend. KCU plays today and tomorrow, so they're 1-0 right now. The Lady Knights today without National Player of the Year and National Tournament MVP from 2 seasons ago, Tanya Bowens, who, like Lacey Peterson, was back in Grayson handling some student teaching responsibilities as part of her education major. So this is the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daily pregame show. Coming up, a packed pregame. We'll introduce you to tonight's starting lineups. We'll give you tonight's Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report. But when we come back, we'll check in with first-year head coach Matt Futch to get his thoughts on tonight's contest. It's OCU at 6-8, Northland International at 2-7. Matt Futch is coming up next here on the Ohio Christian University Sports Network.
Ohio Christian University offers accredited, career-focused undergraduate and graduate degree programs for busy adults. Classes are convenient, offered online or evenings and weekends at our 12 locations. OCU will prepare you for your next step and help you discover your higher purpose.
We invite you to attend Ohio Christian University.
American Idol, they asked us to sum up our life goals, and I said I wanted to be a loving father and a faithful husband and a servant of all. And I think the servant of all, that's the main one, and I think that's what we're called to be. And it's to give our life for God, to give our life for those around us, to give our life for the good fight. My name is Jason Castro, and I am second.
Back here on the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daily pregame show, we count you down to the opening tip between Ohio Christian and Northland International in women's basketball. First of two tonight here on the OCU Sports Network. And Matt Futch, the OCU head coach, joins us here on the HER Realtors pregame show. Coach, 67-37, the win yesterday over Maranatha in this building. And your thoughts overall on that victory?
I was kind of encouraged by yesterday's performance. They were missing their big girl, Lacey Peterson. But I thought our girls played really well defensively. Defensively, our rotations were really good, better than I saw at the beginning of the year so far. So
you look at some of the stat lines in that game, plus 16 rebounding margin, really took advantage of Peterson not being there, and you also forced 23 turnovers. Really, their backcourt never seemed comfortable. How pleased were you with those two aspects?
I was really pleased with the rebound. We usually force quite a bit of turnovers every game, but I was really pleased at the rebounding energy. We lacked rebounding energy here of late, and I thought the energy was pretty good last night.
One stat that I wanted to ask your thoughts on: only 4 free throw attempts as a team. Is that something just a weird night, or is that a cause for concern?
I think it's a some cause for concern. I'm stressing every day to be a little bit more aggressive going to the basket, and sometimes I think we do that, and we don't probably get the benefit of the whistle at times. But 4 attempts, that's our goal. We have a few goals percentage wise as far as statistics. One goal is to we want to shoot from the field 40+%. We want to shoot 36+% from the field and get 12+ attempts to the line. So we didn't really reach either of those goals. We stayed under 15 turnovers, which is another goal, and we won the rebounding battle.
It's a little surprising, as much as your guards get into the lane. I mean, Asia, I just see her time after time breaking down defenders, getting into the lane, that more shot attempts doesn't lead to more free throws.
Yeah, well, we're constantly working in practice and taking every opportunity to get better in practice, where we probably had to do a little bit better job of going through the defense, and we kind of like shade away a little bit from the defense when we drive. And like I said, I mean, refs can't be perfect, and we're not perfect either.
Let's talk a little bit about Northland. I had a chance, luxury to get to watch them yesterday. What impressed you about the Pioneers?
I thought they played hard and played scrappy. They got a few players that kind of was brought to my attention, and 21 is a primary ball handler. She has a good IQ for the game, and number 10 is really aggressive offensively. So we kind of got to pay attention to them and play our game. We got to do a better job of just consistently playing well defensively. I think as the season grows near here, towards regionals and nationals, we got to get better defensively to make any type of run. So these are the games that get it done right now.
You mentioned Mathai, number 10, averages 23 a game on the outside. They have Humberg underneath, number 25, 13 on the inside. They've caused a lot of problems this year and had 32 together yesterday. Who in particular matches up best on those two?
Honestly, I mean, I'm going to take a look at obviously, a couple of our better defenders, Tiaja, Connor, and also Asia. Olivia do a great job as well on the wing or inside. So, they'll take the challenge of those two. So.
Let's talk a little bit about your depth. 11 scored yesterday, all 12 played. Teresa Warner did everything she could to get in the books, nearly hit a couple triples. But you look at Northland, not nearly the depth. It was a factor yesterday. How big could your bench be tonight?
It could be huge. I think, as I alluded to yesterday, that it'd be a good opportunity to use our bench, especially having back-to-back games, and that helps a lot. And also it gets our girls that hasn't played as much, kind of get them ready for some times when we're going to need them. So We talked about the rotations a little bit yesterday and how consistent I want to be with it, but I'm just trying to get everybody better.
Talking with head coach Matt Futch here on the HER Realtors pregame show. Dan and Donna Daly, the official realtors of OCU Athletics, getting set for Northland and Ohio Christian. And Coach, before we let you go again, we'd love to hear your keys, things that you're stressing to the girls here moments before tip as kind of keys to victory.
Well, like I said again, we got to reach our goals. If we can reach our goals and percentage-wise, and play our game, move the ball, I think we'll be fine. Sarah Sunday played a good game yesterday too. She finished well, so we're gonna look to go into her a little bit more.
Loved watching her keep that ball high too. I can tell she's got a coach that's played a little bit under the rim because she was not letting it down where the guards could get after it.
Yeah, I slept well last night.
Coach, appreciate your time. That's Matt Futch here on the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daily pregame show. We'll talk to him postgame as well. But when we come back, we'll introduce you to tonight's starting lineups. It's Northland International out of Dunbar, Wisconsin, in town to take on your Trailblazers. This is the Ohio Christian University Sports Network.
Well, let's introduce you to tonight's starting lineups. It is Ohio Christian and Northland International University. Rick Cooper and the OCU Sports Network. Let's introduce you to the visitors from Northland International University. Their point guard tonight is Marissa Jo Apps, the 5'6" freshman from Green Bay, Wisconsin, averaging 8 points and a team-high 7.8 rebounds, which is a little bit unusual for a point guard. The two guard tonight is Kate Mathai, 23 points per game as a team-high, 6 rebounds, 2.5 steals as a team high as well. She shoots 42% from the field and 46% on threes. She had a team high 22 points and 6 rebounds in yesterday's loss. The small forward tonight is Katie Moran, back after some ankle injuries. Missed the first 6 games of the year with an ankle injury, came off the bench the final 2 games of the first semester and got her first start yesterday when she had 5 points and 3 rebounds. She averages 5.5 points and 2.5 rebounds in those 3 games of action here coming into tonight. Liz Humberg will play the 4, the 5'8" senior from Altoona, Iowa, a co-captain on this team, a second-year player, averaging a team second best on the team, 12.6 rebounds and 6.4 rebounds. It's number 2 on the team as well, shooting 33% from the field. She had a team-high 6 boards yesterday. And the man in the middle is Christy St. Ammon, 5'8" junior from Burton, Michigan, a second-year player, third year at Northland International University, and got connected to this school through the camps that Northland puts on. That's a story with a lot of these girls on this team. They run a lot of camps. It's a story of their head coach talking about Rick Harrison. He and his family were in Indianapolis and got connected through some of the 4th of July camps that they put on, and the rest is history. But Ammon will play the 5, averaging 4.3 points along with 5 rebounds. The head coach in his second season is Rick Harrison, 13 wins, 19 losses, 51 years old. He wins at a 41% clip. Wife Christine of 27 years. 3 sons, Travis, 25, who works at a camp in Tennessee, Jordan, 22, a member of the men's basketball and men's soccer team, and Derek, a sophomore, 19 years old, a member of the soccer team as well, the goalie. Harrison works in the maintenance department and runs the wastewater treatment facility at Northland. His wife, Christine, is the chair of the elementary ed department. Let's meet the starting lineup for Matt Futch's OCU Lady Trailblazers. Tiaja Smith is the point guard. The sophomore from Gahanna Lincoln High School averages 6 points and 3.9 rebounds. The 2 guard tonight is Shekinah Alexander, 5'7" junior from Toledo, 10.8 points, number 3 on the team, 4.7 rebounds, and a team best 4.3 assists. She's shooting 38% from the field. The small forward tonight is Asia Woodson. Woodson had a big day yesterday, 16 points. She averages 16.8 along with 2.7 rebounds, shooting 41% from the field and 35% on threes. The power forward tonight is Maritza Will, the junior from Franklin Heights High School. She'll wear number 33 and will play the 4, averages 5.2 points and a team-high 6.6 rebounds. And the man in the middle is Olivia Davis, pride of Central Crossing High School when she was once named the OCC Central Division Conference Player of the Year. Davis, 5'11", she'll wear number 22, averages 7.3 points and 6.1 rebounds. The head coach of OCU is in his first season. Mr. Matt Futch, 30 years old, 6 wins, 8 losses, and a 43% winning percentage. Of course, Futch spent the last 2 seasons on Keith Dambrot's bench at the University of Akron with the men's program, was a player there, helped win a couple regular season titles, a MAC tournament appearance, and an NCAA Division National March Madness appearance as a coach, but he was also a 2-year player, a captain on a Zips team back in 2005 and 2006, played 1 year for Dan Hipscher and played a couple years for Keith Dambrot as well. He's a 2010 graduate of the University of Akron with a Bachelor of Arts in Sports Management. So he's assisted tonight by Brenda Carter-Baker as well. Brenda in her 3rd season, and we don't talk a lot about her. A pretty darn good basketball player when she was here. Her jersey hanging in the rafters, 1,132 points in just 2 years. A 2-time first-team All-American, a good assistant that was here in the Mandy Ray era and has stuck around in this transition with Matt Futch as well. So it should be an interesting one. The Midwest region represented, of course, the Mideast region with your Trailblazers. It's Ohio Christian, number 2 in the country, against Northland. We'll take a break while they have the national anthem and opening prayer, and we will throw the basketball up next here on the Ohio Christian University Sports Network.
When it comes to choosing a school, parents who want the best education for their students look for academic excellence, skilled teachers, a safe school that encourages their values. Students want a school with competitive athletics, unique opportunities, and friendships that last a lifetime. Fairfield Christian Academy, the place where parents and students agree. Enrolling now at fairfieldchristianacademy.com.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
Nice. No. Oops. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Are we in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble. I just want to set some ground rules.
Like what?
Well, remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
Of course not. Well, it was pretty graphic. Too graphic for the kids. So I'm gonna have to block you.
I gotta make this up to you. This is Vinny's watch, and I want you to have it. You deserve it.
Thank you. That's really not necessary.
No. Come here.
The national anthem means we are just about set for the opening tip between Northland International and Ohio Christian. Let's take a look at tonight's Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report, exclusively brought to you by Christian Healthcare Ministries. Christian Healthcare Ministries is an eligible option for individuals under the U.S. Affordable Care Act, commonly known as Obamacare. To learn more, visit chministries.org and click the eligible option link. That website again is chministries.org. And taking a look at that Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report, not a lot of players on it. Katie Moran, about 85% right now for head coach Rick Garrison and Northland International. Missed 6 out of the first 8 games with an ankle injury, but got her first start of the season yesterday, so she is working her way back to full strength. And for Ohio Christian, the only player that they're keeping an eye on, Maddie Joseph, of course, back after that concussion when she missed the Alice Lloyd game in mid-December, but She is starting tonight and has been a key part of this team as she has been fully cleared after that concussion. So again, that is tonight's Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report. Biblical, trustworthy, and affordable. Christian Healthcare Ministries participation often saves members at least 60% of the cost of regular health insurance. Join today and see how much you can save. Call 800-791-6225 or visit chministries.org. Your officials for tonight's game. The referee is Rob Doss out of Zanesville. The umpires are Lucas Tuggle out of Columbus. And the U2 is Dave Spielman. He, too, is out of Zanesville, Ohio. So, again, Trailblazers coming in, winners of 3 of their last 5. They are 3-1 against the NCCAA Division II. Their only blemish coming at the hands of KCU back on the 9th of November up at the Moody tournament when they were beat 76-59. Northland 1-3 against the NCCAA Division II. Their average margin of defeat is some 16 points per game. Trailblazers score 71, Northland 52 per game, and Olivia Davis going to jump it up against number 25 Liz Humberg, and Humberg wins the tip, and Northland will have the first possession of this game. It's Friday Night Hoops presented by Zwoyer & Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. First look here for their leading scorer, Kate Mathai. Mathai lost the basketball, got it back, and her shot from about 6 feet is no good. Rebound, Tiaja Smith, who's looking to run and drops it off nicely to Woodson with her first 2. As we said, Woodson had 16 yesterday, and she did it on some nice shooting as well. Shot above 50% from the field. Mathai with her first look here on this possession. Felt like she was fouled. It missed everything, and the rebound to OCU. This is Woodson again. Top of the key. Number 10, Maddie Joseph, underneath to Davis, who went to the left hand and dropped it in. First 2 for the sophomore from Grove City, Ohio. Pretty darn good middle hitter as well for Dave Hopewell's volleyball team last season. And there's a steal by Woodson. Woodson 1-on-2, but she's going to take it anyway. Couldn't finish with the left hand, but a loose ball foul is going to be called on Woodson, who tried to get her own rebound. Or they're going to call it on Tiaja Smith, I beg your pardon. It's 13 and not 23. So the foul is on Tiaja Smith. It's her first. And the team first. Rick Cooper, Fairfield Media. It's Friday Night Hoops presented by Zwoyer & Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. This is Liz Humberg, the sophomore from Altoona, Iowa. Lost it to Joseph, who's going to go to the other end and put it in. Took an odd angle, did Joseph. Kind of went straight at the rim as opposed to a little bit more of a diagonal. Would have been a little easier, but Maddie gets 2 anyway. 6-0 OCU. 18-15 to play here in the opening half. Left side, Mathai out there with 21, Marissa Jo Apps. Mathai picks up her dribble, goes to Humberg, probably their most athletic player, working the baseline, setting up number 20, St. Ammon, whose jumper fell short, but Northland a fresh 30 with an offensive rebound, and Marissa Jo Apps just threw it out of bounds. 6-0 OCU, 17:56 to play here in the opening half. President Mark Smith in attendance tonight. And a good crowd. It'll fill up a little bit later. First of 2 tonight involving OCU. And 2 games already in the books not involving the Trailblazers. And a blocking foul is going to be called out near that right elbow. And it's going to be charged to Marissa Jo Apps. It's her first, team first. As Woodson tried to operate, it's a shot clock will reset. And a fresh 30 here for OCU. Inbound to Woodson. Woodson working that right side. Her runner no good. The ball deflected, and it goes out of bounds off of Northland. It'll stay with OCU. KCU winners earlier today, 64-56 in women's basketball over Maranatha. Woodson threw it off one of the Pioneers to get it in. Now right wing or right baseline, it's Will. Joseph just threw it away as she tried to lob it underneath to Will. And Northland will have it here with 17:20 to play in the half. And a foul apparently going to be called on Tiaja Smith. Matt Futch doesn't like the call, but it'll go down on Tiaja Smith, and that's a big call because that's number 2 on her. So we'll see what Coach Futch elects to do. 2 quick ones, 2 minutes and 42 seconds into this game. Pioneers looking to inbound. They just get it into Humberg, right back to the inbounder. That's number 10, Kate Mathai. Mathai left side, just fired a three, and she hits. She's a co-captain on this team, second team Midwest region performer a season ago. Joined the team late last year, did Mathai. Mathai, as head coach Rick Harrison said, was trying to figure out whether or not she wanted to play for me. So figured it out and has been a good fit here, averaging nearly 23 points per game. Sarah Sunday, Shekinah Alexander to the table. They'll come in at the next dead ball. Right baseline, it's Humberg. One dribble into the lane. That was a nice move, but did not finish. Rebound, Maritza Will. Will to Smith, to Joseph. Joseph lost the basketball in the lane. Lost it to 22, Katie Moran, and it ends up in the hands of Mathai. Mathai an outlet to St. Amman. Tried to drop it underneath. It was deflected to Moran. Moran with 20 on the shot clock will get it back out right wing to Apps. Now right side, Mathai fired a three. It was partially deflected and taken away by Maritza Will. Will to Smith, looking to run. Right baseline, it's Davis. Cross court, nice pass to Joseph, who hit a three. That's exactly the pass you need to make. It's a skip pass from the right baseline to the left wing, and Maddie Joseph takes advantage by tripling from that left wing. It is Friday Night Hoops, presented exclusively by Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency, 448 North Court Street in Circleville, proudly representing the Westfield Insurance Group. You can learn more at ZwoyerInsurance.com. That website is ZWAYER Insurance.com. Again, it is Friday Night Hoops, presented by Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. And first of two tonight should be a shootout in the second game of the night between OCU and Kuiper, scheduled for an 8 p.m. start. Two of the high-powered offenses in NCCAA Division II athletics, OCU at 80 a game and Kuiper scoring 92 a game. They have scored over 100 6 times already this season. With it is Moran, and Moran lost it. Ball went to the ground, and apparently she was on that baseline, and it's going to go right back to OCU. First appearance for Abby Fox, the 5'5 sophomore from Toledo, averaging 2.9 points and 1.1 rebounds. Tiaja Smith sits down scoreless with those two fouls. 15:40 to play. Alexander checks in along with Fox. Sunday is in there off the bench as well. So is Bechtel. So Maddie Joseph out there with 4 reserves. Bechtel fires a three and she hits. Bechtel triples from the right baseline, shooting 36% on threes coming in. Third best on the team, second in terms of makes with 21 of them. And a foul at the other end is going to get Northland a couple free throws. As Bechtel guilty of a hack, it's her first, team third. To the line is Marissa Jo Apps, a 55% free throw shooter. Northland only shoots him at a 58% clip as a team. And the first free throw is up and in. True freshman, Marissa Jo Apps. Dad's a high school boys basketball coach back in Green Bay, Wisconsin. About an hour and a half from Dunbar. They're about an hour and a half north of Green Bay. Second free throw is good as well, so Apps has 2, and it cuts the OCU lead to single digits at 9. It's 14-5. Top of the key, Joseph just left of center, and her shot went left of center. Offensive rebound and a fresh 30 by Bechtel. Bechtel has a look here and fires backside of the iron. Sunday got a hand on it, but could not keep it in play. And the turnover the ball goes out of bounds back to Northland. 14:55 to play first half. OCU 14, Northland International 5. Marissa Jo Apps got the step. Dishes off right side to St. Amman. Her runner in the lane, no good. And a defensive rebound to Sarah Sunday. Sunday a quick outlet to Alexander. Here's Bechtel from 15. Don't see that very often, but typically behind that three-point line. But Bechtel showing she can hit the mid-range shot as well. 5 quickly off the bench for the junior from Worthington. Ball on the floor, ends up in the hands of St. Amman. Goes right wing, and there's a travel. Absolutely the right call as Mathai put it on the floor, but took a step before she did so, and Lucas Tuggle, the U1, right on top of it. Brittany Rucker in. Maddie Joseph sits down. Rucker, the senior from West Jefferson, Ohio, 4.5 points, has been shooting the basketball better of late, although she did not shoot it particularly well last night. Ball taken away by Moran. Moran, 6-footer, is right there. Nicely done by Katie Moran, the freshman from Green Bay, as we said, recovering from that ankle injury at about 85% right now. And Rucker, heard me, just tripled on that left wing. Nicely done by Brittany Rucker, in the books quickly with her first points. And OCU has taken a 19-7 advantage. The lead is 12. Left side, Mathai was open for a minute. Battle for the rebound. Ends up in the hands of Humberg. Humberg right side, thought about a three. Instead goes cross court to Apps. Apps gets Mathai on the run. Shot in the lane, no good. Mathai slapped it out of Sunday's hands. And then finally a hack called against number 20, St. Amand, who tried to pry it loose from Sarah Sunday. It's a nice cut there by the leading scorer on this team. Mathai was on the run. They hit her in stride, but just could not convert in the land of the Giants. And big 6'4" Sarah Sunday is going to do that to you. She's going to minimize and limit and decrease your conversion percentage in the lane when she gets her big paws up. Triple team there was Sunday, and they take it out of her hands. Looking to run is Mathai. It's a 2-on-1 break. Pulls up from 12 feet. No good. Rebound Humberg in the land of the Giants. Put it up on the rim. No, but she was fouled and will shoot two. Good effort there by Liz Humberg against the much bigger Sarah Sunday. The foul is on Sunday. It's her first, team fourth, and Liz Humberg, the sophomore from Altoona, Iowa, will check in and shoot two. And the first one is no good. Humberg, also a volleyball player, an elementary ed major, started out in the music program, but has decided to move over to elementary ed. Second one is good. Rick Harrison says she is a fantastic piano player. So she splits a pair, 19-8, under 13 minutes to play in the first half. This is Shekinah Alexander, right baseline Rucker, back out to Alexander. Alexander off a Sunday screen, and that's exactly the right call. Lucas Tuggle again right on top of it, as Sunday was not set, as she tried to set that screen to free up the perimeter player for OCU. So that's number 2 on Sarah Sunday. Javon Graham will check in for her, the freshman from Central Crossing. Sunday sits down scoreless with those 2 personal fouls. 12:42 to play here in the opening half. 19-8 OCU. Friday Night Hoops presented by Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. Humberg into the lane, went to a left hand. Nice move, but could not finish again. Rebound Shekinah Alexander. Alexander looking to run. Nice stop and start. Changed speeds. Didn't get an attempt off. Instead went to Bechtel, who went back to Alexander. Her first one no good, but Shekinah got a second try and put it in. First 2 for the junior from Toledo, Ohio. You don't see a lot of players, women's basketball players at this level, changing speeds. Alexander did it nicely there. A little stop and start, and it didn't lead to points, but it typically will. Right baseline jumper is right there by Christy St. Amand. First points of the game for the junior from Burton, Michigan, who is currently dating the coach's son, Derek, the goalie that we told you about a little bit earlier in the Northland soccer team. Foul here on 25. Liz Humberg, it's her first, team third. Will and Woodson back. Abby Fox and Sarah Bechtel sit down. 11:41 to play. Rucker to inbound to Alexander, to Woodson. Rucker the inbounder, coming off a couple screens. Nothing there. May have shuffled that left pivot foot. No call. OCU will reset with 18 on the shot clock. Woodson to the baseline, and Rucker. Again off a screen, this time from Graham. Goes around the horn to the left baseline, and Woodson. Underneath Will. Setting up Rucker. Fires a 3, and she hits again. They double Maritza Will, who got to the basket just enough that it forced a double team, and it left Brittany Rucker all alone on that right wing to triple It's her second 3 of the game. She's got 6 points. 11 minutes to play, and a reach-in foul on Alexander as she tried to take it away from Marissa Jo Apps. Foul on Shekinah Alexander is her first, team 6th already on OCU with 10:59 to play here in the half. Looking to inbound is Mathai. Still looking. Goes all the way out to Marissa Jo Apps, who has to go across the timeline to get it. Apps picks up her dribble, goes left wing to Humberg. Left elbow, Mathai into the lane. Tough shot. A little bit too strong. Alexander the rebound. Alexander wants to run to Woodson. Double team, put it up anyway, and shot no good, and Humberg the defensive rebound. Humberg with the right hand. Out of the middle of the floor off a screen. Goes right to the basket, but can't finish again. Moran an offensive rebound. Her putback, no, and it goes out of bounds off Javon Graham. How many times already in the first 9 minutes and some change have we said nice move where Northland has gotten into the lane but has been unable to finish? And you attribute a couple of those to the presence of Sarah Sunday, but she's sitting on the bench right now. You've got to convert those opportunities if you're Northland. Top of the key, it's Marissa Jo Apps, who tried to find Moran, and Moran was shoved as she tried to catch it near the left block. And that shove is going to be charged. Number 22, Olivia Davis. Fallon Davis is her first, team 7th, and so Northland going to get some opportunities here at the charity stripe in the final 10-19. The first one's up and in for Katie Moran. We told you earlier, this team, though, only 58%. Moran is a perfect 2 of 2 on the season and make it 3 of 3 as she connects on a pair. And it's now 24-12. Alexander between the circles. Alexander off a screen from Davis, goes left wing to Woodson. Back to Alexander, back to Woodson. Shot clock at 12, game clock right at 10 minutes, and a cross-court pass intercepted by Mathai. Going to pull up and fire a 17-footer again on the rim, no good. And Asia Woodson the rebound. It's a 3-on-3 break. Woodson into the lane, put it up on the rim softly, and it dropped in with a shooter's roll. 6 points for Asia Woodson. 26-12 OCU, the lead is 14. Katie Moran on the right wing. Back out to Apps. Apps working against Davis. Worked her way into the lane and then lost the basketball out of bounds. Tiaja Smith going to come back in with those 2 fouls in our first appearance of the night for Christy Mahalik, the senior from Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. Mahalik was a starter those 6 games that Moran was out with the ankle injury, but came off the bench yesterday. Will come off the bench today. Averages right under 2 points per game. Right side, Tiaja Smith underneath to Davis. Back out to Rucker. This 3 is finally off the mark. It hit 2 already. Rucker underneath. Nice pass to Davis. Put it right where Davis needed it, but Olivia couldn't finish, and the rebound to Northland. Top of the key, Mathai fires at 3, but it comes up short. And the ball back to OCU. She has had several come up short already as their leading scorer, Kate Mathai from Augusta, Georgia. Something big happens down there every spring. Travel will get it right back to Northland. Mathai, also a soccer player. She's got it right here. 3 of these players on this team also play soccer. St. Amand and Mahalik, number 3, who's out there right now, a soccer player as well. St. Amand with it. 10 on the shot clock. Goes right wing to Mathai, and Brittany Rucker playing aggressive. Picks up the foul, and I think Matt Futch unhappy because being 1 pass away, he wanted Brittany Rucker to deny and not let him catch, and that's exactly what he's saying as she heads to the bench right now with 8:25 to play. And you're one pass away, and once they pick up that basketball, it is time to smother. First free throw is up and in for Kate Mathai. She's got 4. Makes the front end, and we'll get one more. 70% free throw shooter coming in, 28 of 40. And the second one, rim backboard, no good. Olivia Davis, the defensive rebound. Davis to Woodson again, changed speeds and went to the rim and dropped it in. You see what happens when you come in and change speeds? When you slow down a little bit, the defender raises their hips ever so slightly, and once she did that, she was dead meat. Olivia Davis, or Asia Woodson, turned on the jets and went to the basket. This time, full speed ahead. Woodson puts it in again. 4 quick ones for the sophomore from Toledo, Asia Woodson with 10 points. Mathai with it to the right elbow, and St. Amand on a backdoor. This is Katie Moran, and again a nice play, but Moran had it slapped loose before she could shoot it. Marissa Jo App's going to check back in with 2 points and a foul. The freshman from Green Bay replaces Katie Moran, who sits down with 4. St. Amand will inbound underneath the Northland basket, does so to Mathai, a quick catch and fire, and she hits. Kate Mathai has gotten off to a slow start, but she connects there with 6. Joseph going to try to answer with 3. This one spins out, and the defensive rebound to Christy St. Amand. Mathai top of the key, now to the left wing, and Mahalik dumped underneath. Little turnaround by Humberg, missed everything. Offensive rebound, St. Amand lost it. Long outlet to Davis, who's going to go in uncontested for 2. Second field goal for Olivia Davis, 4 points. 32-15 OCU as we hit the 7-minute mark in this game. Left side, it's Mathai. Underneath, runner by 21, Marissa Jo Apps is no good, and Maddie Joseph beats him down the floor again, and you just sense it. Rick Harrison says, I need a timeout. Starting to get beat down the floor. He calls a 30. Allows us to keep it right here and tell you a little bit about a couple of our sponsors. Rack's Roast Beef, a proud supporter of OCU athletics. You can present your OCU student and staff athletics pass at the Circleville Racks and receive a deluxe roast beef, ham or turkey sandwich, a large fry, and a large drink, all for only $5. I'd rather Racks, wouldn't you? Today's game also brought to you by our good friends at Pizza Cottage. Pizza Cottage back in Circleville with their award-winning pizza, subs, salad, wings, and spaghetti. Pizza Cottage, the same great taste since 1972. You can call them and place your order right now at 740-474-3620. 6:47 to play, 34-15. Trailblazers by 19. Right side, it's Liz Humberg. Now right side, it's Christy Mahalik. Mahalik to Mathai. Free throw line extended. It's St. Amand. 10 on the shot clock. Back to Mathai. Down to 7, 6, 5. Humberg back to Mathai with 2 on the clock. Dumps it off to Mahalik. She beat the buzzer, but she did not hit the rim with that shot from the right block. It's a 30-second shot clock violation. And it'll go down as a turnover back to OCU. (34-15), 6:07 to play in the half. Maddie Joseph underneath to Olivia Davis. Her turnaround up close, no good. Olivia got it back, no. And a loose ball foul after the second attempt from Olivia Davis as she went over the back, and that is number 2 on her. So the fouls beginning to mount a little bit for Matt Futch's squad. Tiaja Smith, the starting point guard, with 2. Olivia Davis, the starting 5, with 2. And Sarah Sunday, the backup center, with 2 fouls on the OCU bench as well. So Davis going to stay in the game right now with 2 fouls. So she and Smith on the floor. 9th on the team. We walk to the other end, and Mathai, the front end of the 1-and-1 that goes halfway down and then caroms out. Rebound Trailblazers. OCU and Kuiper men tonight at 8 p.m. Left baseline, it's Joseph. Now left wing, Woodson dropped it off underneath to Will. Left baseline 3 by Joseph. Pinballs around, rebound Woodson. Her putback no, and finally a rebound for the Pioneers. Apps to the free throw line, drops it off to Moran, 17-footer halfway down, and then caroms out, and then a jump ball between Tiaja Smith and Liz Humberg, and the possession arrow is going to favor OCU. Sarah Sunday back into the game, scoreless with 2 fouls. Olivia Davis sits down with 4 and 2 fouls. Back is Shekinah Alexander as well, 2 points in the first half. And Tiaja Smith sits down scoreless with 2 fouls. So now it's Sunday that's back in the game with 2 personals. Will is back also. Right wing, it's Maddie Joseph. Back out to Woodson. Right side, Joseph fires a 3 halfway in and then kicks out on her. Rebound Humberg. 5 minutes to play in the opening half. Humberg free throw line extended, tries to raise up and shoot it. It was taken right out of her hands by Joseph, and a jump ball. Possession arrow this time favors Northland. Northland over the years primarily known for their soccer. In particular, their men's soccer team has had quite a bit of success. Left side, St. Amman. Now left side, Humberg. Her 17-footer no, and good call there by the referee, Rob Doss, as Katie Moran pushed to create a little bit of space, and he was right on top of it to pick up the loose ball foul on Moran. It's her first, team 4th. About 265 students this semester at Northland. We'll talk a little bit more about that as the season goes on. Mathai across the timeline. Guarded there by Joseph. Now to the right wing, and Marissa Jo Apps, who fires a 3, and she hits. 5 for Marissa Jo Apps. Yeah, 8 national championships in men's soccer, including 3 in a row from 2002 to 2004 and 4 in a row from 97 to 2000. Woodson here with 15 on the shot clock, got into the lane, tried to drop it off to Sarah Sunday and led her a little bit too far. Northland men made their 3rd national tournament appearance in school history a season ago. They were the 2 seed in that national tournament out in Springfield, Missouri, but went 0-2, losing to number 7 Arlington and then number 3 North Central to finish in a tie for 7th. That number 7 Arlington team that they lost to on the quarterfinal Thursday was a team that went all the way to the national championship game before they lost to this OCU team. So 3:52 to play. It's another 30-second timeout. Hot pizzas over here waiting to be delivered as part of the loudest fan contest, but it requires a full timeout to be able to pull that promotion off, and we may not have that till the second half. It's Friday Night Hoops, presented exclusively by Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. The team at Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency has been specializing in insurance services for auto, home, commercial, and life since 1871. To learn more, call 740-474-6023 or visit ZwoyerInsurance.com. Again, first of 2, we hope you'll stick around tonight for what should be a shootout between the OCU men and the Kuiper men. Again, the scheduled tip time for that game is 8 p.m. Left baseline, it's Maddie Joseph. Lob underneath to Sunday. Immediately triple teamed, and it leads to a turnover. Taken away by Marissa Jo Apps. Quickly to the other end, took it right at Alexander. Could not finish. St. Amman, an offensive rebound with 3:30 to play, and a blocking foul. Little forearm shiver going to be called on number 11, Shekinah Alexander. It's her 2nd, and it's number 10 on the team. And so Marissa Jo Apps will get 2, regardless of what she does here on free throw number 1. Marissa Jo Apps, another one of those Northland players that grew up attending some of the sports camps or the camps that they put on up there on the Dunbar campus as that first free throw drops in. Attended Rodeo Fest in the fall, Spring Fest in the spring, attended some of their summer camps, and when it was time to decide where to go to college, it was an easy decision for Marissa Jo Apps. I didn't know they had Rodeo Fests up in Dunbar, Wisconsin. Thought you did that kind of stuff down in Nashville, Tennessee, and Kentucky. But Rodeo Fest helped get her to Dunbar, and Shekinah Alexander just tripled on that left wing. It's her first 3 of the game, has 5 total on 2 field goals. And OCU has opened up a 37-20 advantage. Ball on the floor here, and Liz Humberg with her hands behind her back still had a hand on the basketball and forced a jump ball between she and Javon Graham. Possession arrow favors OCU. Bechtel and Fox back in. Javon Graham and Maddie Joseph sit down. 3 minutes exactly to play here in the first half. Trailblazers by 17. Left side, it's Fox underneath to Sunday. Again, double teamed, and a foul maybe on Moran, who came down. No, it's Humberg, who was actually behind Sunday, and that's number 2 on Liz Humberg. Only the 5th is what I've got on the team. So no free throws here with 2:51 to play. Bechtel to inbound, does so to the left wing, and Fox. Top of the key, Bechtel back to Fox to the baseline, and Alexander. Back out to Fox, right of center. It's Bechtel firing a 3 in and out, and the rebound caroms around and finally is retrieved by Marissa Jo Apps. Apps to Kate Mathai. Mathai, top of the key in Humberg, guarded by Bechtel. 17 on the shot clock, 2:25 to play here in the first half. Gets it to Kate Mathai. Mathai looking to work against Tiaja Smith. Sunday comes over to help. Both of those players playing with 2 fouls. Into the lane, Marissa Jo Apps setting up Humberg with 2 on the clock. Her 3 ball no. And Tiaja Smith, the flat-footed rebound. Long outlet to Alexander, who goes straight to the rim, and it's an offensive foul as Liz Humberg was waiting for her at the left block to draw the charge. And that is number 3 is what we've got on Shekinah Alexander. So no free throws on the player control foul, but Asia Woodson quickly off the OCU bench to replace Alexander. So again, we talked about it a couple minutes ago. The fouls beginning to be a factor. Alexander with 3, Smith with 2, Davis with 2, and Sarah Sunday with 2 as well. Under 2 minutes to play in the half. 37-20 OCU by 17. Beautiful move by Humberg, who took it right to the rim with the left hand and laid it in with the left hand. 3 for the sophomore from Altoona, Iowa. Right baseline, it's Brittany Rucker. Rucker, top of the key. Tiaja Smith, left baseline, it's Woodson. Woodson working her way into the lane. One-handed runner is no good. Ball caroms into the hands of Sarah Bechtel. $1:25 to play in the half. Fresh 30 for OCU. Smith right side, Rucker. Back to Smith on that left wing. Back to Rucker. Right baseline, Woodson off a screen from Bechtel. Had room, but couldn't hit the 3, and the rebound into the hands of Liz Humberg for Northland. 1 minute exactly to play first half. Halftime show coming up. We'll look at the first half numbers. We'll recap what has transpired here earlier in the day and much more. Left side, Mathai, 17-footer, goes halfway down and out. Moran worked hard to get an offensive rebound, and she put it in. Good effort in the land of the Giants by 5'7", Katie Moran. 6 points here in the first half. It's 37-24 OCU, the lead down to 13, so Northland continuing to fight. Sunday with a beautiful pass to cutting Asia Woodson. They focused on Sunday. They've been doing it the whole night, and Sarah caught it and immediately dropped it to the streaking Woodson, who's got 12 points. 39-24, shot clock is off. 15 seconds to play in the half. Mathai to the right wing and Moran. Moran working to the middle of the floor, jump stopped, and immediately was tied up on a jump ball, and the possession arrow will keep it right here with Northland. 7 seconds to play. Looking to inbound is Liz Humberg. Does so to Mathai. Down to 5. Mathai turns. Mathai fires, no good. Offensive rebound. Mathai to beat the buzzer, no good. Moran got an offensive rebound, but she will not get one off before the first half horn sounds. So 20 minutes in the books here at the Maxwell Leadership Center here on the campus of Ohio Christian University. The Trailblazers lead by 15, 39-24. Coming up, the halftime show. We'll take a look at the first half numbers, and again, we'll recap some of these scores from earlier in the day. It's Friday Night Hoops presented by Zoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. Back with more after this here on the Ohio Christian University Sports Network.
When it comes to choosing a school, parents who want the best education for their students look for academic excellence, skilled teachers, a safe school that encourages their values. Students want a school with competitive athletics, unique opportunities, and friendships that last a lifetime. Fairfield Christian Academy, the place where parents and students agree. Enrolling now at fairfieldchristianacademy.com.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
This? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Wait, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine? Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
Nice. No. Oops. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Are we in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble. I just want to set some ground rules.
Like what?
Well, remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
Of course not. Well, it was pretty graphic. Too graphic for the kids. So I'm gonna have to block you.
You know, I got to make this up to you. This is Vinny's watch, and I want you to have it. You deserve it.
Thank you. That's really not necessary.
No, come here.
The OCU men on the floor right now warming up, getting ready for the nightcap tonight at 8 p.m. between them and Kuiper. Trailblazers right now #1 in the country. They held that title most of the second semester, at least last season, and won the national championship. They've been #1 all season long this year. Kuiper #6 in the NCCAA Division II right now as well. So a nationally ranked nightcap tonight. It gets underway at 8 p.m. here in the Maxwell Leadership Center. Scoring numbers from that first half. Again, this is Friday Night Hoops, presented exclusively by Zoyer Insurance Agency and Westfield Insurance Group. Zoyer and Associates Insurance Agency, where insurance just got easier. 448 North Court Street in Circleville. You can visit ZoyerInsurance.com. Scoring numbers in that first half. Marissa Jo Apps at 7, the freshman from Green Bay, to lead Rick Harrison and Northland, 6 apiece for Katie Moran and Kate Mathai. 3 points for Liz Humberg and 2 for Christy St. Ammon. Northland had 13 free throw attempts in that first half. They hit 8 out of 13 for 62%. For OCU, Asia Woodson doing what Asia Woodson does. That's put the basketball in the hoop. Dozen already for the sophomore from Toledo to lead the Trailblazers. 7 for Maddie Joseph. 6 tonight for Brittany Rucker on 2 threes off the bench. Sarah Bechtel had 5, hit a 3 and a 2. Shekinah Alexander had 5. She hit a 3 as well. 4 for Olivia Davis, and that rounds out the scoring. The Trailblazers did not attempt a free throw in that first half, which maybe not a big deal, but then you remember last night they only attempted 4 for the entire game. And talking with Matt Futch pregame today, he said that was a concern a little bit. They're trying to get the girls to get to the rim a little bit more, and not a good first half, at least in that regard, in terms of creating fouls and getting to the charity stripe. So again, they do not attempt a free throw in that first half. Let's take a look at tonight's Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report. Again, it is brought to you by our good friends at Christian Healthcare Ministries. They are an eligible option for individuals under the U.S. Affordable Care Act, affectionately known, how about we say that, as Obamacare. To learn more, visit chministries.org. Click the eligible option link. That website again is chministries.org. And neither team really dealing with a lot of injuries right now. Olivia Davis has been beat up a little bit of late, but she's in the lineup today. Also, Maddie Joseph had the concussion back in mid-December, but she has gone through all the concussion protocol that you're supposed to, and she is in the lineup today. Katie Moran, the only player for Northland battling any kind of injuries, missed 6 games with an ankle injury, has been back for the last 3 now, and started yesterday, got the start today. She's at about 85%. Moran had 6 points in that first half, and that's really it right now. Knock on wood for both of these teams. Pretty healthy in the month of January. That is tonight's Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report. They are biblical, they are trustworthy, and they are affordable. Christian Healthcare Ministries participation often saves members at least 60% off the regular cost of regular health insurance. Join today and see how much you can save. Christian Healthcare Ministries. Give them a call at 800-791-6225 or visit chministries.org. We'll take a break here on the halftime show. When we come back, some of the first half numbers. We'll also recap scores from games earlier today. 4 of them played today. 5 of them will be played tomorrow. We'll preview tomorrow's games as well. All that is coming up here on the OCU Sports Network.
Lancaster Perspective on LSN.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
John 3:16. For God so loved the world, the whole world, everyone, anyone. That's a lot of people. That he gave his one and only Son. His only Son. That whoever believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life.
It is Friday Night Hoops. It is presented exclusively by Swoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. They are located at 448 North Court Street in Circleville. It's Swoyer and Associates. They proudly represent the Westfield Insurance Group. You can learn more about all that they have to offer, talking about quality protection, superior customer service, and the lowest insurance rates with coverages tailored to your specific needs. You can learn about all that by visiting their website, which again is ZwoyerInsurance.com, and Zwoyer spelled Z-W-A-Y-E-R, ZwoyerInsurance.com. We take a look at some of the other first half statistics that may interest you in that first half. OCU shooting it very well right now, 52% as a team, and they are holding the Pioneers to only 22% shooting. OCU 17 of 33, Northland only 7 of 32. Trailblazers shooting it well from behind the arc as well, 43%, 6 of 14. Northland 33% on threes, 2 of 6. And as we said, Northland winning the battle at the charity stripe. They are 8 of 11 for 73%. Trailblazers have not attempted a free throw to this point. Trailblazers with an 18-14 advantage in terms of the battle of the backboards. OCU with 5 assists in that first half. Northland with only 1 in terms of steals. Northland with 7, OCU with 5. What else can I tell you? Assists, we said 5-1 advantage. Rebounding to OCU. Some of the individual numbers that you may care about. Kate Mathai having a tough shooting day in the first 20 minutes. Only 2 of 15 for 6 points and 1 assist as well to go with her 2 steals. 2 points in that first half for Christy St. Ammon, 1 of 3 from the field, had 5 rebounds, which led Northland in that first half. Marissa Jo Apps had 7 points on 1 of 2 shooting, 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 on threes, and a perfect 4 of 4 at the charity stripe. 3 points on 1 of 7 shooting for Liz Hamburg. She also had a team-high 5 rebounds. Katie Moran had 6 points in her second start of the year, 2 of 4 from the field, and 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. 6 points, 2 rebounds, and a team-high 3 steals. And Christy Mahalik was the only Pioneer that came off the bench in that first half, had 1 steal and 1 field goal attempt that she did not make in the first 20 minutes. For OCU, Olivia Davis got the start today, 4 points and a rebound on 2 of 5 shooting. No points, 4 boards for Maritza Will. She has not attempted a field goal to this point. Maddie Joseph, 3 of 7, 1 of 5 on threes. She finished 7 points, 2 boards, 2 assists. Tiaja Smith got in all kinds of foul trouble, which kind of plagued her efforts in the first half. She did not score, did not attempt a shot, but did have 2 rebounds. Asia Woodson had 12 points and 3 steals. She was 6 of 11 from the field. Abby Fox played in the first half. No statistics for her. Shekinah Alexander, 5 points, 3 rebounds off the bench. 2 of 3, including 1 of 1 behind the arc. Brittany Rucker, 2 of 3 on threes, 6 points for her off the bench. Bechtel shot it well also on threes, 2 of 4 from behind the arc for 6 points and 2 boards. Javon Graham played, no statistics in that first half. And Sarah Sunday got in some foul trouble as well. She did not attempt a field goal, but Sunday did have 2 rebounds. Let's talk about foul trouble right now. Northland with 1 player with 2, talking about Liz Humberg, their starting power forward. And OCU right now with 3 players with 2 fouls. Tiaja Smith, Olivia Davis, and Sarah Sunday, and Shekinah Alexander, who came off the bench and had 5 points, is the lone player for either team with 3 fouls. So definitely something to keep an eye on if you're Matt Futch. Trailblazers jumped out to a big lead and kind of got down, I think, as low as a dozen late in that first half. They lead right now by 15, 39-24 here at the intermission. We'll take our final timeout. It's Friday Night Hoops presented by Zwoyer & Associates Insurance Agency. Second half action is coming up next here on the OCU Sports Network.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's 1 every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Hi, I'm Mike Miller, host of Lancaster Perspective. The crew and I would like to extend a formal invitation to you to catch us on Channel 9 Lancaster School Network.
Lancaster Perspective on LSN.
Ohio Christian University offers accredited, career-focused undergraduate and graduate degree programs for busy adults. Classes are convenient, offered online or evenings and weekends at our 12 locations. OCU will prepare you for your next step and help you discover your higher purpose.
We invite you to attend Ohio Christian University.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
When it comes to choosing a school, parents who want the best education for their students look for academic excellence, skilled teachers, a safe school that encourages their values. Students want a school with competitive athletics, unique opportunities, and friendships that last a lifetime. Fairfield Christian Academy, the place where parents and students agree. Enrolling now at fairfieldchristianacademy.com.
Hi, I'm Mike Miller, host of Lancaster Perspective. The crew and I would like to extend a formal invitation to you to catch us on Channel 9 Lancaster School Network.
OCU will have the basketball first to begin play here in the second half. Trailblazers lead is 15, 39-24. Rick Cooper, Fairfield Media, and the OCU Sports Network from the Maxwell Leadership Center here on the OCU campus. And Maddie Joseph firing from NBA range as she's been known to do. This one goes in and out, rebound OCU. That's Maritza Will, one dribble, little 6-footer, nicely done. She could have shot that 15-footer. It wouldn't have been a bad shot, but Maritza Will said, I think I can do a little bit better. Took one dribble, and you wouldn't believe how much the percentages go up when you do that. Got a little bit closer to the rim and buried it. Mathai, after the ball bounces around, big smile on her face. Not exactly the way that head coach Rick Harrison drew that one up, but it works. Davis double team, cross court to Joseph, who again thought about a long three. Good hustle there by 21. Marissa Jo Apps, who ends up in Matt Futch's seat on the OCU bench, trying to save the basketball. You'll notice that Christy Mihalik, the senior from Pennsylvania, is in there to start this second half as Olivia Davis gets free. You see number 3 started 6 games with Katie Moran out with that ankle injury, but going to start here in the second half as Liz Humberg, a little bit under the weather for Northland. We may or may not see her here in this second half. That is a Christian Healthcare Ministries injury report, illness part of that injury report, and she is sitting on the Northland bench, and we'll just have to see whether she can give it a go. Appreciate head coach Rick Harrison coming over at halftime to fill us in on Humberg's status. So Mihalik gets the start. OCU in transition here. Woodson shot up close, no good. Got a rebound and put it in. I would have liked to have seen her give up the rock there. I thought Davis was open at the right block on the initial attempt. Instead elected to shoot it, got her own rebound and dropped it in. It's going to lead to another one here as a steal, and Woodson drops in another. 16 for Woodson. Matt Futch saying, let's get up and let's apply a little bit more pressure. Mathai breaks it with a dribble, may have double dribbled there, no call. Double team, fought through it and draws a foul. I believe it's going to be charged to Will. Tiaja Smith in the vicinity also, but they do charge it to Will. It's her first and the team first. Trailblazers committed 11 fouls in that first half. Northland was in the bonus with about 10 minutes to play. So got 13 free throws off, and you kind of believe with a 24-point first half, those 8 free throws at least kept them close, kept them in the game, gave them a chance. But OCU quickly out of the gate here in the second half. An 8-2 run to begin, and they lead 47-26, and a turnover here as Alexander gets it from St. Amand. Alexander to the other end, missed the finger roll. The rebound into the hands of Humberg, who is checked back in, and now a jump ball going to be called, and the possession arrow is going to give it back to Northland. So we do see Liz Humberg here at least for a few minutes. We'll see how long she can go, but as we said, was ill at halftime, and her status for the second half was uncertain. She's got it here on the left wing with the left hand, working against Joseph, goes down that left baseline, lost it. Moran caught it and went to the left hand herself. So Kate Moran with 8 points. And it's now 47-28. The lead is 19. Left side Smith underneath to Davis, tried the left hand, no. And a foul is going to be called on Humberg, and Davis will shoot 2. It's number 3 on Liz Humberg. First on the team here in the final 20 minutes. And Olivia Davis with 6 points will go to the line and shoot the first free throws of this game for OCU at the 17:30 mark, and the first one is right there. Fox is in. Maddie Joseph sits down. Second one is no good. Mathai the rebound. This is Kate Moran. Moran guarded by Tiaja Smith on that right wing. Back out to Humberg, guarded by Alexander. Screened by Moran, tried to give her space, and all it did was allow Tiaja Smith to get involved in the defensive set. 7 on the shot clock. Joe Apps out top of the key. Humberg's 3 no good. Davis, a big rebound. Quick outlet to Alexander. It's a 3-on-4 break. Alexander left wing to Tiaja Smith. Underneath to Will, double team. Put it up on the rim, and we'll see if they count it. And no, they're going to call an offensive foul on Maritza Will, who apparently did something illegal to create space at that left block. And again, you can see on your screen Matt Futch reacting negatively to that call there by our referee, Rob Doss. 48-28, the lead is 20. Top of the key, Mathai, little stop start between the legs. Right wing now, it's Marissa Jo Apps. Her runner missed everything, and Fox a defensive rebound. Fox, Alexander, Tiaja Smith, Olivia Davis, and Sarah Bechtel on the floor right now for OCU. The Trailblazers lead is 20, 48-28, 16:25 to play here in the game. Alexander to Fox on the left baseline. Lob underneath to Bechtel, who got it out of her hands quickly. They move it around the floor well. Davis underneath tried to spin and shoot, and it was deflected right out of her hand and into the hands of the Pioneers. So good ball movement by OCU, but it doesn't translate into any points. 48-28, 16 minutes to play. Humberg down that left side, had it hang on the rim, and a rebound to OCU. Trailblazers looking to run again. Smith into the lane. Nobody stopped basketball, and she took it right to the rim and dropped it in. First field goal of the game for Tiaja Smith. Trailblazers have 50 with 15:38 to play in the game. They lead 50-28. Moran off a screen from Humberg. Out to Mathai. Her 3-ball, too strong. And Abby Fox, another defensive rebound for OCU. Fox left wing, Bechtel open for 3. Backside of the iron. Marissa Jo Apps the defensive board. It's a 2-on-3 break. And Apps will bring it out and at least reset momentarily. Now goes into the lane, and Shekinah Alexander has just picked up her 4th personal foul. She picks it up at the 15-11 mark. Tasia Smith comes out. Maddie Joseph is in. We'll see what Matt Futch elects to do here with Shekinah Alexander. She stays in at least momentarily. Inbound pass out to Moran, who didn't realize she could go behind the timeline to catch it. She saved it when she didn't have to, and it leads to 2 by Alexander. That got the head coach, Rick Harrison, off the bench with his head in his hands, saying you don't have to do that. On an inbound, you can go behind the timeline to get it. Humberg into the lane, left-handed jump hook. It comes up short. Rebound Joseph, 1-on-2 break. Now 2-on-2 as Davis fills the lane. They get it to her, and she dropped it in. Nicely done. Olivia Davis running the floor, and Maddie Joseph head up, seeing her running the floor. Nice play, 54-28, and Rick Harrison wants a full timeout with 14:28 to play in the game. OCU 54, Northland 28. It's Friday Night Hoops, presented by Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're watching Ohio Christian University basketball here on the OCU Sports Network.
All right, in this spot. My motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry. I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
John 3:16. For God so loved the world, the whole world, everyone, anyone, that's a lot of people, that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life.
54-28, Ohio Christian by 26. Friday Night Hoops presented by Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency, 448 North Court Street in Circleville. Call 740-474-6023. Humberg with it underneath for Northland, coming out of the timeout over Fox, and Fox going to pick up a cheap one down there at the right block. It's her first, team fourth, and a couple free throws coming up here for Liz Humberg, an elementary ed major, 5'8" sophomore from Altoona, Iowa. I didn't know there was an Altoona, Iowa. I've heard of Altoona, PA, but Humberg hits the first free throw, 4 points in the game. Co-captain on this team along with Kate Mathai, the senior. So they think a lot of Humberg to put her as a co-captain as a sophomore. A lot of young leaders on this team. Marissa Jo Apps, another one that head coach Rick Harrison excited about. Even as a freshman, he says her leadership ability, leadership skills right now as a freshman, and he, quote him, are through the roof is what he said. So a lot of excitement about some of the underclassmen that are a part of this Northland program right now. Obviously, they're going to have a big hole to fill next season, though, as Kate Mathai, their 23-point-per-game scorer, will end her career this March. Left side jumper no good by Joseph. And St. Amand, a defensive rebound. Hope you'll stick around for the nightcap tonight at 8 p.m. OCU and Kuiper in a shootout. Should be a good one. Stan Jeske and the Cougars coming from Grand Rapids to take on your Trailblazers. OCU won last year's meetings, two of them, but one of them, they dug themselves a 20-point hole as Asia Woodson hits a three. Yeah, OCU was down 19 in one of those two regular season meetings to Kuiper. Kuiper led by 15 at halftime, and OCU with an enormous run late in that game, forced overtime, and they won by 2 against Kuiper. It was their tightest NCCAA Division II win of the season, so it should be good tonight at 8 p.m. Mathai just tripled top of the key. She's got 11. 13 minutes to play, 57-33. Sunday with her first touch of the second half, kept it high, turnaround off the glass a little bit too strong, and That was Katie Moran with the defensive rebound. Right baseline, Humberg. Quick catch, turn. Hit the front of the rim twice, and the rebound into the hands of Woodson. Woodson looking to run. Nobody stopped basketball again, and she makes him pay. Young players watching this broadcast, the most important thing in transition when you're playing defense is more than anything else, not even close. You got to stop the basketball. And OCU has been able to get to the rim in transition almost at will. Northland's got to do a better job of stopping the man with the ball. Top of the key, Marissa Jo Apps went into the lane. Sunday blocked her shot or pass and then picked up a foul after Marissa Jo Apps got it back. So foul on Sunday is her third, team fifth, and just got her with a little bit of body, but we call it the James Nelson syndrome around here. Nelson was 6'8", member of the Trailblazers the past 4 seasons, and Sunday at 6'4". I mean, you're just not hiding from the officials. They're going to see everything you do, and when you do it a lot harder than everybody else, and a little bit of body there. Maybe anybody else might have gotten away with it, but not Sarah Sunday. 59-35, under 12 minutes to play in the game. Woodson to the right baseline, and Rucker, quick catch and fire, and she hits. It's a third 3 of the game for Brittany Rucker, and she was ready, aimed, and then fired. Caught that one quickly and got it up. 62-35. Right baseline, it's Moran. Back out to Humberg. Sunday slapped it out of her hands. It'll stay with the Lady Pioneers. Couple games in the books already today. 2 women's games, KCU and Maranatha. Rematch of 2 national championship games in 2012 and 2011. KCU an 8-point winner, so closer than maybe we expected. Humberg right side, her 3 no good, and it goes out of bounds to OCU. 64-56 in the 2 p.m. game today. Second game of the day saw Mike Matthews' squad from UC Claremont drop 106 on the board in their 106-36 win over Kuiper College. Kuiper came in this morning from Grand Rapids, and their women's team looked like a team that had been on the bus all day. Top of the key, 3 by Rucker is no good, so a 70-point win for UC Claremont earlier today. 5 games tomorrow. We'll tell you about them during our next timeout. Humberg went with the left hand and used her body to keep the shot-blocking Sunday from getting to it. Nicely done by Liz Humberg. 62-37. Under 11 minutes to play. Rucker in that spot where she just was a moment ago. Gave it up, and Maddie Joseph just hit a long 3 on the right wing. 10 points for the freshman out of Olentangy Orange High School. Up on the north side of Columbus. Humberg right baseline, guarded by Sunday. Good screen there by Marissa Jo Apps, and Humberg again went to the rim and finished nicely. She has 9 points. Does Liz Humberg. Alexander playing with those 4 fouls and went into the lane, left her feet. Dangerous shot by a player with 4 fouls. One of the Pioneers was there, thought about trying to take a charge, but didn't fall to the ground. Alexander scores and has 9. 67-39, 10 minutes exactly to play. Left elbow. It's Kate Mathai. Mathai fell to the ground, lost the basketball, and they're going to say there was a touch, no over and back violation as a result. Right side, Marissa Jo Apps fired a 3. It was on the mark, just too strong. Looking to run, 4-on-2 break. Alexander to the rim, no. Sunday offensive rebound, and Sunday trying to be strong with the basketball. A couple elbows swinging, and we'll see who they call this foul on it. Marissa Jo Apps caught one of those elbows, and I think they're going to call the foul on Christy St. Ammons. So I don't know how she was part of that play, but her second, team second. Alexander to inbound to the left wing, and Joseph now to the baseline. Alexander back out to Joseph, back to Alexander, left wing. Cross-court Rucker, right baseline Smith. Back out to Alexander. Good ball movement, setting up Joseph for 3, and she hits. That's the best ball movement I've seen all season. Nicely done. Maddie Joseph with 13 points, 7 in the first half, 6 here in the second. Moran into the lane, lost the basketball. Smith took it away. 4-on-2 break. Alexander to the rim, on the rim, no. Graham an offensive rebound. Her putback, no, but she was fouled. And the foul is going to be charged on Humberg. Marissa Jo Apps thought it was on her, and she said, I got all basketball, but they charge it instead to Humberg, and that's number 4 on the Northland sophomore. Couple free throws here for Javon Graham. Free throws 3 and 4 for OCU. First one no good. Javon Graham, of course, the freshman from Central Crossing High School. Same high school that produced Olivia Davis. Same high school that produced OCU assistant coach Brenda Carter-Baker. And after getting the defensive rebound, Christy St. Ammon kind of stopped what she was doing and put an elbow right into the chest of one of the Trailblazers and picked up a cheap one. Rick Harrison quickly off the Northland bench as if to say why. 70-39, 8:50 to play, and Joseph just tripled again. Tell you what, if you're watching this game and you're playing the Trailblazers coming up, it's real simple with Maddie Joseph. You better pick her up by the time they get across the timeline. Right block, Humberg working against Alexander, playing with 4 fouls. Ball got loose. Moran ended up with it. Nice pass to Mathai, who fires a 3, bounces around and drops out. Rebound Alexander for OCU. Head up, pushing it. Left wing Joseph fires again. This one no good. Battle for the rebound. Ends up in the hands of Tiaja Smith. 8:10 to play. Fresh 30 for OCU. Alexander will slow it down here and set up the offense with Tiaja Smith, sophomore from Gahanna-Lincoln High School. Right baseline, Joseph, picked up by Mathai. Back out to Smith. Smith into the lane. Little runner on the rim, and it drops in for Tiaja Smith. Second field goal, 4 points for Smith. And it's 75-39. The OCU lead is 36 with 7:40 to play, and Rick Harrison wants a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. Tell you a little bit about a couple of our sponsors. Rack's Roast Beef, a proud supporter of OCU Athletics. Rack's located just south of Circleville on US 23. Be sure to try a delicious regular Rack's stacked high with thinly sliced tender roast beef. I'd rather Rack's, wouldn't you? Today's game also brought to you by Pizza Cottage, returning to Circleville with the same great taste since 1972. You can order right now by giving them a call at 740-474-3620. Pizza Cottage is the official pizza of OCU Athletics. As we said, it is Friday Night Hoops. It is presented exclusively by Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. Zwoyer and Associates right here in Circleville, providing quality protection, superior customer service, and the lowest insurance rates with coverages tailored to meet your specific needs. Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency, the official insurance agency of Ohio Christian University Athletics. So OCU and Kuiper tonight at 8 p.m. to finish off our night. And then we're back here for 2 doubleheaders next week. OCU and KCU. Kentucky Christian Tuesday night, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. 5:40 we'll get underway with the HER Realtors pregame show. And then another Mid-East region matchup on Friday when Johnson University out of Knoxville, Tennessee will be here. Again, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. are the start times. 5:40 with the HER Realtors Dan and Donna Daily pregame show. Hope you'll tune in and watch all 4 of those games next week. Right side, Mathai, her runner no good, and Tiaja Smith into the lane of the Giants to get the rebound. Long outlet to Graham, who went to the left hand and dropped it in. Nicely done in transition by Javon Graham on a beautiful outlet pass from Tiaja Smith. And Marissa Jo Apps to Humberg, who will fire a 3, and she hits. They gave her some room there, and Humberg makes them pay. She's got a dozen including 9 here in the second half when she's been battling some illness. So a Michael Jordan versus Utah Jazz-like performance. Werner left side, her 3 came up short. Rebound Alexander, who had it taken away by Marissa Jo Apps. It's 1-on-2. Apps wisely brings it out. Mathai fakes and then fires. Came up short, and Tiaja Smith, another defensive rebound. Smith looking to run. Nice idea, but threw it right at the feet of Javon Graham. Fortunate is Tiaja Smith and OCU that it went out of bounds off a Pioneer. So 6:24 to play in the game. OCU by 35, 77-42. Trailblazers are going to get win number 7 here in 2013-14. And Northland is going to drop to 2-8. Rucker missed there. Rebound Northland. Here's Marissa Jo Apps from 17, and she hits. Northland's got some players. Obviously, they got a lot of promise, too, with 8 underclassmen, 8 juniors, sophomores, and freshmen on this team. Only 2 seniors, talking about Christy Mahalik, their 6th man this weekend, and Kate Mathai, their leading scorer. Werner just hit a 3. Teresa Werner from the left wing buries her first 3. Tried 7 times last night from behind the arc, and a lot of them looked good, just would not drop for the freshman from Madison Christian High School. Smith into the lane, and she puts in another. Tiaja Smith, 6, all of them here in the second half. 82-44, approaching 5 minutes to play in this game. Marissa Jo Apps had her pocket picked by Tiaja Smith, and Tiaja doesn't like the call. Not only are they going to say it was a foul, but they're going to say it was in the act of shooting, and Marissa Jo Apps is going to get 2 free throws. Team 6th on OCU. One of the points of emphasis this year, more fouls in the act of shooting. They're going to, if you bring the basketball up, and I don't do a good job describing this, but basically, unless you're dribbling the basketball, if you do any kind of upward motion with it and you're fouled, you're going to get 2 free throws. First one, no good for the freshman from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Second one, too strong again. Humberg, an offensive rebound, and sure looked like Brittany Rucker was the one that had a chunk of her arm, and Liz Humberg, kind of in disbelief, just picked up her 5th personal foul, and Rick Harrison describing exactly what happened. And all he can say on that Northland bench is, wow, and Coach, I'm saying it with you from up here. That was a bad call. We call it like it is, and that was a bad call. Humberg had the offensive rebound. She had the basketball cradled in one of her arms, and she was tied up in kind of an arm lock with the other arm. And how you can call that a foul on Liz Humberg is a mystery to me. 5th foul on Humberg. She's out of the game with 5:10 to play. And OCU up 82-44. Rucker right wing, top of the key, Fox. Around the horn to Werner. Pass to Graham, back out to Fox. Wide open 3. No good. Graham an offensive rebound. She went to the left hand and put it in again. It's twice now. Javon Graham to the left hand in the land of the Giants. 4 quick ones for the freshman. 84-44. Right side, Marissa Jo Apps, right baseline. Her runner was blocked, and she was fouled by Abby Fox. Second foul on Fox, 7th on the team. Couple free throws here for Marissa Jo Apps, working on an 11-point night. And the first free throw is too strong. One more for Marissa Jo Apps. One of Rick Harrison's prize recruits, misses the second as well. Harrison, in only his 2nd year, didn't recruit several of these girls, but that's one that he did. Werner fires a 3, and she hits again. So Teresa Werner heating up a little bit with 2 threes and 6 points. 87-44. Mathai off a screen, 16-footer, no good. Fox a rebound. Fox uncontested is going to go to the other end, went to the left hand but didn't finish. Werner had a hand on it, but it ends up in the hands of Moran for Northland. Moran to Mathai. Mathai off a screen, fires a three, no good. And a rebound to Abby Fox. Fox dribbled it off a leg, ends up in the hands of Mahalik, who's on her back, fortunate to get it to Moran. Apps into the lane, and Sunday going to be guilty of a block at that right block. And that's her fourth, team eighth. Marissa Jo Apps may get a couple free throws here, but I think she still lost out in the deal as she barreled into Sarah Sunday, who looked like a brick wall at that right block. First free throw from Marissa Jo Apps on the 1-and-1 is right there. It's a dozen for Marissa Jo Apps. She and Liz Humberg with 12 apiece to lead Northland. Kate Mathai has 11. 21 today for Asia Woodson to lead OCU. Second free throw, no good. 3 players on the ground and nothing called. Apparently goes out of bounds. Back to OCU. 3:42 to play. Friday Night Hoops presented by Zoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. Rick Cooper, JT Burcham, Fairfield Media. Delighted you've decided to join us. Doubleheader tonight, OCU and Northland women in game number 1, OCU and Kuiper in game number 2. Werner's three this time a little bit off the mark, and Northland the rebound with 3:25 to play. Moran on the left wing. Back out to 33, Charisse Patz, who's checked in. First appearance for her, the junior from Pound, Wisconsin. Mahalik into a double team, trying to get it to Moran, and it was deflected out of bounds off of Sunday. It'll stay with Northland. 3 on the shot clock. We'll see if Katie Moran knows it. Moran looking to inbound over Sunday. Does so to Mathai, deflected out of bounds by Rucker, and now the shot clock is down to 2. And again, I'll say, let's see if they know it. Moran looking to inbound. Matt Futch yelling 2 on the clock. Mahalik or make that pass, and didn't even get close to getting one up. It's a shot clock violation that'll give it back to OCU with 2:58 to play. OCU will improve to 7-8. Northland will drop to 2-8. The OCU women will play the nightcap tomorrow night at 7 against Kuiper. And this team from Northland will finish up tomorrow at 11 a.m. as Abby Fox just hit her first points of the game. And Northland will play KCU tomorrow at 11 a.m. and then make that long trek back to Dunbar, Wisconsin. It's a 10-hour trip. Mathai had it taken away by Graham. Long outlet to Rucker. Taking on the entire team from Northland, it looked like. Her shot no good, but she was fouled and will shoot 2, and the foul is on Charisse Patz. It's her first, team 6th. Northland in that Midwest region, typically Maranatha comes out of that region in women's basketball. They've made 7 consecutive national tournament appearances, talking about Clayton Morrison and Maranatha, but they are obviously down this year. Moody has had some good teams over the years. Grace Bible, much improved this season, led by Rich Renzema, their longtime athletic director. So I'd say that Midwest region is open for grabs. If Northland can get it going a little bit, why not? Why couldn't they be the team to get out of that Midwest region? Obviously, the Maranatha team that we saw yesterday, things a little bit skewed without Lacey Peterson in the middle. And her, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 5. Northland has some pieces. Right side Rucker, 15-footer, no good. Ball goes out of bounds off of whom? Off of Northland. It'll stay with OCU. OCU's big test Tuesday night. KCU, 6 p.m. Ron Arnett and the Lady Knights that have been the cream of the crop in terms of women's basketball at this level. Loose ball foul here on Sarah Sunday, and according to my numbers, her night is over, and it is. It's 9th on the team, and so whoever she committed that foul against will walk to the other end and shoot a 1-and-1. Davis going to come back in for her. 9 points, 2 fouls for Davis, and Sarah Sunday going to foul out scoreless in this one tonight with 1:55 to play, but it should be a good one Tuesday night. OCU won one of the 3 meetings a season ago between OCU and KCU. They won that game 72-68 in this building on the 5th of February in overtime. Tanya Bowens hit a big shot to tie it at 66 at the end of regulation, but OCU pulled away in the overtime, and foul here will get a couple free throws for Javon Graham. And I'll give you a statistic if you're a distant follower of NCCA Division II athletics. How dominant has Ron Arnett and the KCU Lady Knights been? Well, Ron Arnett's been doing this for some 20 years. I don't know exactly, have that stat sheet in front of me right now. But I can tell you that that was their 2nd loss, or 6th loss. I'm doing about 6 different things right now. That was their 6th regular season loss last February against an NCCA Division II school in 20 or 21 years of the Ron Arnett era. So digest that. 6 losses in 20-plus seasons as a head coach for Ron Arnett and the Lady Knights. It's absolutely incredible. It'll be a tough test Tuesday night. We'll have it, and we hope you'll tune in then. 92-45, we saw 106 on the board in women's basketball in the earlier game between Claremont and Kuiper, and OCU maybe with an opportunity to get to the century mark here. Rucker going to try to help, but she hits a 3. Brittany Rucker with a big shooting night here tonight in this building. 14 points, 6 in the first, 8 in the second. And OCU with a 50-point lead. It's 95-45, and Mathai going to get a couple free throws here as Rucker got her on the arm. Kate Mathai, their leading scorer at 23.3 a game. Couple free throws here, 70% shooter. Has had trouble tonight against this OCU perimeter group. Only 11. And the first free throw here is no good. OCU and Kuiper men will follow. They'll put probably about 25 minutes on the board, which will be absolutely perfect. It'll allow us to do an abbreviated post-game show. We'll take a look at some of the final statistics, and then we'll immediately shift gears and get you ready for the men. Left side, Werner off a screen. Fired a 3, no good. Davis kept it alive. Werner ended up with it underneath to Graham. Nice pass to Fox. Made the extra pass no good. Punched it out to Rucker. Here's Werner for 3, in and out. Rebound Northland with 20 seconds to play. Mahalik on the left wing. Baseline, it's Pats. Pats against Fox and Davis, and a kick ball. Shot clock is off. 10.6 left for Rick Harrison and Northland International. Sure appreciate Coach Harrison. Works, as we said, in the maintenance department at Northland, for taking time with us earlier. About 7 a.m. is when we met earlier this week to help prepare, and it was a huge help. Fox to Davis, and that final horn means this basketball game belongs to the Trailblazers. They improved to 7-8 with a convincing 49-point win against Northland International University. As we said, we'll have an abbreviated post-game show. We'll take a look at some of the final statistics, and then we will immediately shift gears and get you ready for the OCU and Kuiper men's basketball game. We'll actually put a headset on Matt Futch at halftime of that men's game to talk to him and get some of his post-game thoughts. So we'll take a break. We'll compile, accumulate, add up some of those numbers, and we'll have them for you next. OCU a winner, 95-46. You watched it here on the OCU Sports Network.
Ohio Christian University offers accredited, career-focused undergraduate and graduate degree programs for busy adults. Classes are convenient, offered online or evenings and weekends at our 12 locations. OCU will prepare you for your next step and help you discover your higher purpose.
We invite you to attend Ohio Christian University.
American Idol asked us to sum up our life goals, and I said I wanted to be a loving father and a faithful husband and a servant of all. And I think the servant of all, that's the main one, and I think that's what we're called to be. And it's to give our life for God, to give our life for those around us, to give our life for the good fight. My name is Jason Castro, and I'm second.
Here on Friday Night Hoops, presented by Zwoyer and Associates Insurance Agency and the Westfield Insurance Group. Matt Futch going to come out and talk hoops with us here in just a minute, so disregard what I just said about a halftime interview of game number 2 with Coach Futch. He's going to talk to us right now. While we wait on Coach Futch, I can tell you that 10 different Trailblazers scored tonight. 3 of them in double digits. Asia Woodson, 21. Maddie Joseph, 16. Brittany Rucker off the bench with 14. The main culprits tonight, Shekinah Alexander added 9. Olivia Davis had 9. 6 for Tiaja Smith. 5 apiece for Graham, Bechtel. They had 5 each. 2 tonight for Abby Fox, and I think that is everybody that scored tonight. OCU 5 of 8 from the charity stripe for 63%. For Northland, 6 players, I beg your pardon, 5 scored tonight. Leading scorers had a dozen. Liz Humberg, Marissa Jo Apps, and Kate Mathai all had 12 points apiece. Katie Moran had 8 in her second game back from that ankle injury. And Christy St. Ammon, the starting center tonight for Northland, had 2. The Pioneers, 12 of 23 from the charity stripe for 43%. So OCU, I'm trying to do the math in my head, put 56 on the board in that second half when they outscored Northland 56-22. It was a 39-24 game at halftime, and they win tonight by 49. So a big final 20 minutes for this OCU team, and they do improve to 7-8. What's next for OCU? They play tomorrow in this building. They will play at 7 p.m. against the Kuiper women. KCU on Tuesday, Johnson next Friday, and then next Saturday they will travel down to Newark to take on Ohio State Newark. That game is a 1 p.m. start. Again, we will not have tomorrow's broadcast, but we'll be with you next week on Tuesday and Friday, 6 p.m. against KCU on Tuesday, 6 p.m. on Friday against Johnson. A doubleheader both of those nights, both of them with live video. We hope you'll tune in then. For Northland, they finish up their 3-game trip up here to Circleville tomorrow, 11 a.m. against Ron Arnett, Tanya Bowens, and the KCU Lady Knights, and then they return home next week. They play Clayton Morrison, who's sitting in this building right now, and Maranatha at home next Thursday night at 5:30. Next Saturday, they head to Lincoln Christian, Lincoln's final year in the NCCA Division II, as they are moving on to the NCAA Division III. That game is a 1 p.m. start, and you know what? I got to take that back. It is not next Thursday. There's actually a 12-day window. Rick Cooper, get your data right. They play tomorrow, and then they're off till the 23rd of January. So an unusual 12-day gap for this Northland team after they finish up with the Lady Knights tomorrow. So have no idea what that gap is all about, but unusual. Usually see that over the break between the first and second semester, but definitely not something you see from the 11th to the 23rd of January. So, again, we say thanks to Rick Harrison, the head coach from Northland International University, for taking time to help us prepare. We say thanks to Matt Futch, who talked to us in the pregame as well, and Coach Futch making his way over to the table as well, and going to come up and join us and talk hoops for just a moment or two. And put a headset on Coach Futch and get thoughts from the man in charge of this operation tonight, the OCU head coach. First of all, Coach, congrats on the win. A big second half. You're winning by 15 at the break. You outscore them 56-23 in the second. What'd you like in the final 20 minutes in particular?
I liked our defensive end. I think we did a really good job adjusting from the half as far as getting our energy up on defense. The focus was to kind of play a game within the game. We thought going in that we had some overwhelming advantages, and we're trying to get better defensively, and we're trying to get over the old habits of taking people lightly and just going through the motions. So I'm trying to instill that into them, and they responded here in the second half.
The one thing I've noticed a little bit, we've seen you this year, is teams not very comfortable when they play against a Matt Futch-led OCU team. It seemed like that was the case tonight. I mean, they were 21% in the first half, 29.6 in the second. Just looked like that's what Tiaja Smith, Asia Woodson, Shekinah, and friends can do out there on the perimeter. They can make life difficult.
Yeah, we really do a good job as far as on the ball pressure. Trying to get better at it and kind of getting out of the way of making silly mistakes. Now, they do. Those three do a really good job on the ball. But to be a championship quality team, we can't make silly mistakes, and we get caught up with that at times, and it kind of hurts. Every game pretty much. I mean, the 8-minute mark, we're shooting. The other team is shooting a double bonus.
Sure.
And that's going to come back to haunt us at some point in the year. So I'm just trying to get them to be a little bit more disciplined on defense on the ball.
And let's talk about offense real quick. 51% for the game, and some pretty good ball movement. It was hard to keep up with here doing play-by-play. Your thoughts on the ball movement, the sharing of the basketball in particular?
We've really done a good job in practice, just trying to find ways to kind of move the ball, make that extra pass. When LeBron was in Cleveland, they always alluded to the hockey assist, making that extra pass to make the next pass.
Sure.
And that's why I kind of, trying to get the girls to buy in today. Hey, we got to make the extra pass, so.
And it never hurts when you shoot 41% on threes. I mean, it was Matty Joseph, it was Rucker off the bench, and even Werner hit 2 late in that game. I mean, that's just you're going to make teams pay when you double team or we move the ball well. Got some good looks from outside.
Yeah. Well, now it's a challenge where, hey, we got to be consistent.
Sure.
We got to have to do the same thing tomorrow. We have to look at some other ways to get better tomorrow, and then try to get better on Tuesday. So and so on. So we're really focusing on just trying to find little ways, to get better. So.
And I guess the challenge for you as a head coach, you get paid double tomorrow because you've got KCU looming on Tuesday, and the challenge is to get a team fired up for a team that just got beat by 70 in this building earlier.
Yeah.
How do you handle that?
Well, pretty much like today. Like I said, I think we have some overwhelming advantages in both games today and tomorrow. But it's about playing a game within a game at that point. We just got to find ways to get better in certain areas. Like we're not perfect yet. We're not that championship quality team yet.
Sure.
And I told him, that's why I'm trying to push him so hard, because we have to get to that level to compete for a title. So that's the focus.
That's where you're headed. Let's talk real quick. I know it's a little bit hard today to get very much out of KCU. Your thoughts without Bowens? They're a different team. They win by 9 without her, but what do you expect from Ron Arnett's team Tuesday night?
They're a very good team. They're very well coached. It'd be a good test to see where we're at. We played them early on in the year, which was good for me. I got a chance to see them.
Sure.
In that game, we were up as much as double figures, and we lost by double figures. And we was up and down at the time. That's our third game in. Going into it, I feel very confident. I know they're a well-coached team, and he's done a lot, for the league and the conference and everything like that. But I think Tuesday, we should be ready to make a jump. If not, we're going to keep working at it.
Sure.
And this one will be good to get right now. I expect and then we got to go down there to their place, which is
at regionals too.
Yeah, he probably talked to a couple people down there. So But and then regionals, you know,
Right.
we got to play down there in the regionals. So, you know, the one to get is Tuesday for us, but the one to really get is down there, you know, when it comes March, late February.
Absolutely. I mean, the last couple of years, this team before you got here was able to get into the national tournament just as the host school, and as fans may or may not know, that tournament out in Joplin, Missouri, and so the stakes even higher come late February.
Go figure that. As soon as I get the job, they move the tournament.
It's
so
win or you're out.
Yeah,
I
I appreciate that move.
Yeah, thank you, Ben Bellman, wherever you are. No, I'm kidding. So, Coach, congrats on the win today. We won't be with you tomorrow, but we'll talk to you pregame on Tuesdays to get ready for KCU.
All right, thank you.
That's the head coach of the Trailblazers, Matt Futch, here on the postgame show. OCU a winner, 95-46. We'll take a 60-second timeout and get you ready for the OCU men as they're on the floor getting ready to tackle Kuiper. The women a winner, 95-46. You watched it here on the OCU Sports Network.
Besides gymnastics, how do you stay in great shape, Sean?
I love to dance and rollerblade.
Cool.
You don't have to be an Olympian to be a player. Just do the things you already love to do, like jump rope, ride a bike, or even play freeze tag.
Now that's something to live for.
Well done! For fun ways to get healthy, visit www.smallstep.gov.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Are we in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble. I just want to set some ground rules.
Like what?
Well, remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
Of course not. Well, it was pretty graphic. Too graphic for the kids. So I'm gonna have to block you.
You know, I got to make this up to you. This is Vinny's watch, and I want you to have it. You deserve it.
Thank you. That's really not necessary.
No, come here.